Hi Libra, welcome to your love reading for March 2019. This is Elizabeth from channelguidance.com. I've already shuffled the decks and you did have one jumping card. I just want to tell you really quick, when I was shuffling the deck, I kept hearing the words pie in the sky, pie in the sky. So I feel like for some of you, you might be feeling like maybe you're wasting your time on a relationship. Maybe you're feeling really pessimistic. Maybe you feel like someone's never going to notice you. You feel like it's a pipe dream, or you feel like you're never going to get somebody back. There was that message over and over. Pie in the sky, pie in the sky. So this card jumped for you. Let me show you what it is. And it's the Five of Wands. So this definitely can represent inner conflict. Perhaps you're the one who's conflicted about a relationship. Perhaps it's your partner. This could be someone who is fighting something within them. So it could be that maybe they're fighting their feelings for you. Maybe there's lots of problems around you. This can represent disagreements, fighting, pettiness. It can even represent competition. So let's put that back in there. That was just a jumping card. And let me put it in the middle here. Let's see what comes up for you. Let's start with 9 cards. Okay, this is a love reading for the sign of Libra for March 2019. The first card that you have, Libra, is the Hangman. Love reading for the sign of Libra for March 2019. The Two of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Libra for March. The Seven of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Libra for March. The High Priestess. Love reading for the sign of Libra for March. The Eight of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Libra for March. The Four of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Libra for March. The Star. Love reading for the sign of Libra for March. The Moon. Love reading for the sign of Libra for March. And the Tower. Interesting. What's the most important thing that Libra needs to hear about their love life for March 2019? The message that you have, Libra, is the Ten of Swords. So it could be, you did have the Five of Wands jump for you, which shows some type of conflict. Perhaps there's some really strong disagreements with you and your partner, or you and your ex. The Ten of Swords means that you have to leave that behind you. The Ten of Swords means it's time to move on. Now, the positive thing about this card is that you've already been through the worst. The worst is behind you. After a 10 is an ace, which is a new beginning. So we'll come back to this to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Also, Libra, if you'd like to get a private reading with me, just go to my website, channelguidance.com. I'll put a link down below, and you should be watching this on YouTube channel, Channeled Guidance Tarot. Okay, so let's see what you have going on here, because you have some strange cards. The Hangman, the Two of Wands, the Seven of Wands. So, you have the Hangman. It could be, you're feeling really stuck in a relationship right now. Maybe you feel like you're not moving forward. It's kind of ironic that the Five of Wands jumped for you. And although it's not here, you don't have the Five of Wands. You do have the Seven of Wands, which is similar. For some of you, it could be that you're having to wait for someone maybe to figure out what they want from you. Because the Two of Wands, to me, the Two and the Three of Wands represent waiting, a delay. The Two of Wands can also represent a partnership, but look at the energy around it. The Hangman, being stuck, being in limbo. And then the Seven of Wands, perhaps someone needing to confront their own ego, their own demons, so to speak. Definitely resonates with that Five of Wands that jumped for you at the beginning of the reading. So things may not be moving forward with you. Perhaps that's why I was hearing pie in the sky. You may feel like it's unrealistic that someone's going to come back, or it's unrealistic that someone's going to notice you, or going to continue in a relationship. Just hang on there, because, the Hangman is all about perspective. This just means that someone needs to change the way that they're thinking. With the Seven of Wands here, it could be that someone has to confront, their own fears, their own ego. But for others, it could be that you may have a chance to confront someone who, maybe someone from the past, maybe an ex, or you're having to confront the person you're in a relationship with because things are not moving forward. Let's look at the second row. You have the High Priestess, the Eight of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. So the High Priestess is saying, like, you're gonna have to really use your intuition in the month of March. She only comes up when you already pretty much know the answers to your questions. You have to really trust your intuition and watch the signs around you. And this is definitely about a relationship that's not moving forward. Both of these cards right here tie in with the Hangman and the Two of Wands. The Eight of Swords is a mental prison. This is someone who is consumed by fear, someone that doesn't know how to disentangle themselves, perhaps from another relationship. That's one thing I get. Perhaps they don't know how to proceed in a relationship with you, and they're being really stubborn. The Four of Pentacles it's a really stubborn energy of someone who's not willing to budge. Perhaps someone doesn't know how to make your relationship happen. The Eight of Swords is it's just, if this card could speak, it would say, I can't. There's no way out. My hands are tied behind my back. But you may also, again, it's hard to say in a general reading, you may be feeling like, I don't know how to make this person come around. I don't know how to get out of this waiting period, the Two of Wands, because someone's being really stubborn. You're being told to use your intuition here. There's definitely some time, that needs to pass with the Two of Wands, a delay. You're waiting for someone to confront their own fears, their own ego. There's a period of limbo here, but you will move on. The Ten of Swords, you will leave this time behind you. With the Ten of Swords, like I said, the worst is now behind you, and you're going to be able to pick yourself up and move on with the Ten of Swords being here. Now, this bottom row down here, this is all major arcana. You've got the Star, the Moon, the Tower. So, I feel like for some of you, the shock from the Tower could definitely be, see if I can show you down here. There we go. The shock from the Tower could be that someone could be kind of holding you at a distance, so to speak. Perhaps saying, I don't know how I feel about you. I don't know if I want you back, or maybe they're not even talking to you. There can be a very shocking change with the Tower, especially with the Moon right next to it. It could be that there's something you don't know. You may have thought someone just didn't want to be with you anymore, or someone didn't love you, or someone was not really interested in you. And then you're hearing the truth, because the Moon is that energy where something is revealed to you, a shocking revelation. With the Moon, something comes to light. And I feel like this is something you want very much. You have the Star, which does represent hopes and wishes being granted, but it also represents inner guidance. So really trust your intuition. If you feel like someone is pushing you away for some reason, maybe you feel, again, that it's, pie in the sky. That's what I kept hearing when I was shuffling. Then really trust your intuition. Perhaps they have something else going on. Perhaps they're really conflicted. Again, you have the Five of Wands jump. So in the month of March, just kind of be aware, with the Moon, that it could be a very emotional time for you, because this is a really emotional energy. And I feel like you may not know the full story of why your love life is stuck, why somebody is, being really stubborn and holding back from you. You're really going to have to use and trust your intuition. This is inner guidance right here. But with the Tower, this is, like a twist, a shocking twist, or I feel like it's a revelation. That's just a strong feeling that I get, that you will find something out in the month of March that you didn't know. And it's either going to come from your ex or your partner or someone else that tells you, this is what's really going on with so-and-so, and then you will really understand. Okay, let me get a few more cards for you. What other messages are there for the sign of Libra for March? You've got the Page of Pentacles. What other messages are there for the sign of Libra for March? The Ace of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. So there is a new beginning for you, whether that's a new relationship for those who are single, or maybe it's a new beginning for a marriage, a long-term relationship. It is going to take a lot of effort here with the Eight of Pentacles. You're going to have to build things up. There's a lot of work to do here, but you need to, this is pretty significant as well. The Page of Pentacles. This is saying look deeper, like what's really going on between you and your partner. The Page of Pentacles is saying that maybe you're missing something. And you see her looking at the pentacle here really, kind of up close. You need to study your relationship, your partner, what's really going on with them. I feel like, there's some type of distraction as far as your relationship, your partner. And for some of, it's hard to say in a general reading. For some of you, it could definitely have something to do, with what's going on in your marriage and your relationship. But for others, it could be something else. It's just a feeling that I get. There has to be profound change. You have the two eights here side by side. And the eights do represent that, your relationship, it kind of needs, it needs a new path. You've got to let go of the old, which is the main energy here, the Ten of Swords. Perhaps there's been a lot of painful things that have happened, and maybe they're stuck. They don't know how to let this go. Maybe you don't know how to let it go. With the Ten of Swords, this is saying it's time to move on. It's time to move on from that painful time. Again, after a 10 is an ace, which is a new beginning, and you do have that ace here. It says you've got to look very carefully. Why are you not there yet? The Hangman is the first card, which is saying that you're in limbo. But again, this card is all about perspective. It's about the way that you're thinking. Maybe it's not just you, it's your partner. Maybe it's both of you. There's a need for everyone to change the perspective. Let me get a few more cards from the confirmation deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Libra for March? You've got Death. What other messages are there for the sign of Libra for March? The Five of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. What's the most important thing that Libra needs to hear about their love life for March 2019? You've got the Devil. So, I mean, there's definitely some energy here that can disrupt your relationship. The Devil can definitely represent negative thoughts, pessimism, which definitely ties in with the Hangman and the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Wands. Pretty much, you know, a lot of the energies here, especially the Five of Swords. There is some challenge to your relationship. The Devil always means there's a challenge. Perhaps there's anger, there's negativity, there's fear. I mean, you've got the Moon in this spread. So, I mean, it's time to move away from that, the Ten of Swords. It's time to leave this energy behind you. Okay, so let's look at these three cards. I mean, there can be a change in your situation. You've got Death. There can be a huge transformation in what you're going through right now, whether you've broken up or there's just a lot of problems or someone's thinking of moving out. Death means a huge transformation, but again, with death, there has to be the death of something. And I mean, considering the main energy is the Ten of Swords, I feel like what has to be let go is the past, the death of the old. That's what I was telling you about the 2 8s right here. This is the death of the old. It has to go. There can be a huge change in your relationship, a big transformation, but there's a need to move on, maybe from those painful things that have happened. You have the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords, I mean, this can mean that you have to be careful around decisions regarding your love life. This can definitely represent perhaps making a decision that someone regrets. It can be you, but can also represent your partner. Perhaps this is for those where a partner has walked away from you. Maybe they broke things off. The Five of Swords is kind of looking back and wishing you had made a different decision. You're being told here to focus on yourself, the Nine of Pentacles. This is a card of inner strength and self-worth, self-love, all of those things. So perhaps someone, you know, made a very, very bad decision in walking away from you, the Five of Swords. Perhaps they were just, you know, in a very bad place mentally. The Devil. Maybe someone is trying to fix things now, and it's just time to move on from that. So let me take a quick look at this, see what other things kind of catch my eye here. Yeah, I mean, just actually all of this and this, it's just like someone is refusing to move forward. Someone's refusing to move forward, and someone doesn't know, and someone doesn't want to see what's really going on within them, or somebody's really just feels like powerless. This can even apply for those where maybe there's someone's in a relationship with someone else and may feel like there's no way out of this. But if someone's kind of, you know, keeping you at a distance, the Hangman, and that is your first card, don't think that this person is just kind of playing games with you. It really does seem like someone is really conflicted. Like, I don't know what to do about this. I don't know how to get out of this. But keep in mind, this bottom row down here, there will be a big change, and you will not expect this. And I mean, definitely with the Moon, it could be that there could be a revelation. You're going to really understand what's really been going on with your partner. And, you know, I do see you getting what you want here with the Star, your hopes and wishes being granted. Okay, so let's move on to the X spread. You did have a jumping card, which I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm going to use this deck right here. Let me just get these cards out of the way. So with this X spread, it can be for those who are in a committed relationship, but it can even apply for those where maybe you're just dating someone, you were interested, and you just want to know if there's a chance for you. So the card that jumped for you when I was shuffling is the Empress. So this is even better than the Lover's card. This means perhaps that, you know, I feel like for most of you, like, you view your ex as the Empress. I mean, the Empress can be male or female. It does represent feminine energy. This is someone who is the ideal partner, someone who makes you feel fulfilled in every single way. The Empress has it all. Happiness, love, good health, abundance. So it could be that you view your ex as like, you know, the love of your life, but it could also be that they view you that way. So let's put it back in there. I've already shuffled it, so let's get 6 cards. Show me the energies around Libra and their ex. Libra and their ex. Libra and their ex. Show me the energies around Libra and their ex. Libra and their ex. Libra and their ex. So the Eight of Swords has repeated itself. Yeah, I mean, this was right in the middle of the spread that I just did for you. Perhaps your ex doesn't really know what to do to make things right. They don't see a way out of their situation. Here's the one from the spread I just did for you. Let's look at this. So you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Wheel, the Ace of Swords, Temperance, the Ten of Cups, and the Eight of Swords 2 times. So, I mean, there's a lot going on here. Temperance could definitely also represent the sign of Sagittarius. So for some of you, this can be your ex. I mean, you have positive energy here. I mean, you start off with the Ten of Pentacles, which does represent a relationship. This represents stability. This represents marriage. And then you have the Wheel. The Wheel is telling you things are going to change. This is a major arcana, so this is, you know, kind of a louder message than the others. The Wheel and Temperance are major arcana, so this is the most important thing that you need to hear. And the Wheel is telling you, in the month of March, there can be movement around your relationship with your ex. There can be stability. There can be a relationship. But, I mean, the Ace of Swords, this is what I was telling you with the Hermit being the first card. Sorry, it wasn't the Hermit. It was the Hangman. But the Hangman, I mean, it's all about perspective. And the Ace of Swords, this is all about somebody needing to change their perspective. Here it is. This was your first card in the spread I just did for you. Things are stuck. You're not moving forward with your ex because they need to change the way that they're thinking, or you. And the Ace of Swords is repeating that. The Ace of Swords, again, it just means someone needs to look at things in a different way. Maybe they view things as hopeless. Pie in the sky. The Eight of Swords. So there can be movement around your relationship with your ex. I mean, also another thing I have to mention is the Wheel represents a lucky time. So it could be that if you've been broken up for maybe for months, maybe for years, March can be a very lucky time as far as getting things back on track with the Ten of Pentacles here. With the Ace of Swords, I mean, it could be that they need to kind of view things in a different perspective. Maybe you do. But also, another thing that I have to mention, because you had the Moon, the Ace of Swords can represent truth and clarity. So it could be that, you know, you finally understand why your ex left or why things happened the way that they happened. Because the Moon, it usually means that you don't know the full story. And you did have the Moon in the first spread that I did for you. Seeing the Moon and then the Ace of Swords here for you. For those of you that want to reconnect with that ex, you could, I mean, you also have the Tower with this. Keep that in mind. There can be some clarity as far as how they really feel about you, why they really left, why they're really not coming back. Just kind of keep those things in mind. This is healing. Temperance. There can be healing in this relationship. There can be healing so that you can continue. You also have the Ten of Cups right next to it. The Ten of Cups. This is your happily ever after. This is you being in the relationship that you really want. So Temperance is also telling you to be patient, and you're having to be patient because of this. There's someone feels trapped. I mean, you're going to really have to use your intuition as far as what this means for you, since this is a general reading. But I mean, regardless of what happened between you, I mean, the Eight of Swords is telling you someone feels consumed by fear. They're really kind of lost in their thoughts. They don't know maybe how to find their way back to you. They don't know how to put things, you know, behind them as far as what happened. Maybe you don't know how to put things behind you, because you did have the Ten of Swords as a main energy, and then the Devil from the other deck. Like maybe there's something really painful that happened, and maybe you guys just don't know how to move on from that, move past it. Maybe you don't know how to forgive. This also does represent forgiveness and compassion. I mean, there can definitely be a relationship again. There can be change. There can be movement. I see you being extremely happy here, happily ever after, but you have to be patient. There has to be healing, and someone needs to find their way out of this really kind of restricted place that they find themselves in. Let me get a few more cards. What final messages are there for the sign of Libra as far as their ex for March 2019? You have the King of Pentacles. Final messages for the sign of Libra about their ex for March 2019. The Page of Cups. Final messages for the sign of Libra about their ex for March 2019. And the Knight of Wands. So, I mean, the King of Pentacles, this would be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. It can represent your ex, but it can even represent you if you have a moon or rising in an earth sign. I mean, what I see here is communication. The Page of Cups, this does represent emotional communication. Perhaps someone really speaking from the heart, a heart-to-heart conversation, somebody pouring out their feelings to you. And this is determination, the Knight of Wands. This is someone who is not going to give up. So it could be that there's, you know, some reaching out here with the Page of Cups. Someone's really letting you know how they feel. I mean, it's definitely a possibility. Even though you have the Eight of Swords 2 times, someone feels really trapped. I see someone really pouring out their heart here, really wearing their heart on their sleeve. And, you know, determination. I feel like for many of you, this represents you. The Knight of Wands, this is someone who is very self-confident in going after what they want, and they refuse to back down. Again, all the Knights also represent change and movement, so this also ties in with the Wheel, which is back there. So there can be change in your relationship. Patience. You definitely have to be patient with this whole thing and understand that someone feels really trapped. Someone feels really stuck. And again, maybe they don't quite know how to find their way back to you. It could be that someone has to reach out here and really explain what they're feeling. Okay, Libra, this has been your love reading for March 2019. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.